is. It's going to be June 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're just under 6 months away.
Be here before you know it.
So sponsorships, as I imagine, something you're really looking at right now.
Yeah, so we've had a really good 2-year run with sponsors, and the people that have been with us pretty much stick with us once they're in. They come on board. There's good ticket package options. There's some parking options. There's some great marketing and advertising. You've got that big jumbo screen, which is huge, so you can play your video on that, or your static ad can scroll across that. So a lot of people like that. There's also the ticket packages, VIP options, or general admission, depending on what you want to buy. But new this year, and I think a lot of people might be interested in, is the banner sponsor, which is it's a $500 sponsor. With that, you get 2 GA tickets, and you also get a 4-foot by 8-foot banner. So think about when you walk into the main festival, everybody will walk past the fence line right in front of the Lumber Kings parking lot, which is the main entrance. So everybody's going to walk by that area. You have to walk through that to get to the entrance. Your banner can be on the fence. You get the 2 tickets. It's your logo with the Tailgate and Tallboys integrated around it, and then at the end of the festival, you get to keep that logo. So for $500, you're helping support the event, but you also get 2 tickets and the banner to keep at the end of the event. So it's really a pretty nice option this year.
Maybe not a fair question, but I want to ask you this. The ticket sales and the sponsorships, are they 50-50 as far as money coming into the festival, or how does that work out?
Yeah, every expense and every revenue is split 50-50, and actually the account is held with the city of Clinton. So all the dollars funnel through us, and we're audited every year, so those dollars are tracked. But yeah, every dollar from the sponsorship, every dollar from the ticket, that all goes to the account. And then it's split equally across the board with the USA Concerts and with the city of Clinton.
So do you get more money on the sponsorships or on the tickets?
Yeah, tickets for
on
sure.
The ticket sales?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so your goal is to have like 14,000, 15,000 attendees is a good goal. If you're talking anywhere from $130 to, depending on what the VIP numbers are, times that number is much more substantial. But our goal for sponsorships was, I think Scott said right off the bat, like $500K would be a good goal. Okay. And we didn't know what we were doing yet. We were just kind of making our way through. But we're pushing $400,000 in sponsorships as of last year, and hopefully we'll get there this year. And we're chipping away towards that goal of $500,000.
And if people would like to be a sponsor, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, just reach out to either Scott or I. I mean, my office is out of the Erickson Community Center, or you can find our emails on the city's website. But yeah, great different options. There's the platinum level sponsor, which is $10,000. It sounds like a lot of money because it is, but you get an amazing assortment of tickets. You get 2 VIP super fans. That's like the closest option you can get. You are literally like standing right underneath the artists as they're performing. You don't have to wait in line for anything. You come and go as you please. There's the food, the drink. There's VIP passes that go along with that. There's VIP parking passes, plus a pretty good allotment of GA passes. So if you were a local business that wanted to treat your team to the event, this would be a great opportunity to do that. And a lot of the businesses that do that level of sponsorship, they do, because there's like 25 tickets with that package. If you want to bring your staff and go enjoy the show, that's a great way to do that.
Well, I would think so. So again, sponsorship options, you're starting to really work on that. Sounds like it's coming along pretty well.
Yep. And we've got a committee that is working with the people that we've had the last couple of years. We've added a couple members to our committee for this year, so that's growing. People are reaching out, wanting to be a part of the committee to help reach out to businesses that want to say, hey, if you've never thought about being a part of this, here's some new options and some affordable options just to get your foot in the door. And like I said, the banner sponsor to me is the way to support this at the lowest financial level, and with the good return of still the banner and tickets. It's a pretty good option.
Camping and parking options, locations, a little bit of a change?
No, everything's, if there are changes, they're very subtle.
Okay.
But nothing's changing to logistics or layout or where things are. The only changes that you would see is that Hawthorne was like a modified tent and RV last year. It'll just be tent camping this year. And then Lincoln Way was a little bit of a modified RV and tent. So we're going to get rid of the tents out at Lincoln Way as well. So basically all tent camping will be at Hawthorne. Pretty good option. It's affordable. It's well suitable size-wise for it. But then you'll still have your primitive RV right next to the band shell. That's going to be probably the preferred spot. It's close to everything. It's pretty affordable because there's no electrical power. That's going to be probably sold out pretty quickly. There's our own campground, which will sell out. It has the last 2 years. A little bit more for that one, but you get the water, you get the electrical, and then there's the pump out station there. And then there's the marina parking lot, the overflow lot. That'll be RV only. And then Lincoln Way, I think we're going to add 2 camping sections. So last year there was 1, and then everything else was parking. Well, I think we're going to take 2 islands right next to the paddle wheel, go camping, and then parking along those different lots in like 13th, 14th, and 15th South, or whatever those side streets are.
So much goes into this, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah, well, I think the camping thing is really turning into what our festival's niche is in Clinton. Bloomington, a little bigger population, a few more hotels, so they're able to take some capacity. We don't quite have all the hotels necessary for something this big. So camping is kind of becoming what people are really drawn to. So a lot of the out-of-town folks take advantage of that camping because we have so much of it. And all the camping has shuttle buses to and from the event. So I tell people, too, even if you were local and you just wanted to do the parking option at Lincoln Way, it's like $30 for the weekend. You're getting dropped off at the front door of the festival, and when the show's over, you're getting picked right back up and dropped off to your car. It's a great option, even if you lived in town.
Again, visiting with Josh Agers. I know last year you kind of changed things as far as the entrance to the event and where the stage was. So is that still the same?
Yeah, that'll stay the same for this year. And what a great transition that was, because the first year there was a lot more road closures, down there by like South First Street and down there by Happy Joe's and by the post office. So there was some closures. There was some, half the roads were partitioned off, That all went away with changing this. So 6th Avenue North is basically the only really pedestrian way in and way out. Now 9th Avenue North, you can still come in with your vehicle to get to your camp spot and things like that, but it just cleaned up a lot of the road closures, a lot of congestion. It took away a lot of people wanting to necessarily park on downtown that were just going to park there and stay there. Now those spots are open for people to go shop and enjoy and go visit those businesses downtown, which is what we want people to do. We want people to come to Clinton, experience it from north end to south, enjoy everything in between, and then go to the festival and have a great 3-day weekend. Ticket
sales, I would imagine have been some ticket sales.
Yes,
How's that looking?
Yeah, ticket sales are underway. I honestly don't have numbers. Most of the concert world takes off like late December, early into January, because in Nashville everything's pretty much quiet on that regard. So I don't have updates, but you can buy tickets online at the Tailgate and Tallboys website. There's some new offerings this year, which I think are great. So there is discounts for police, fire, nurses, and veterans, and you can go to the link and you can sign up for tickets that way, get a discount. I don't know what it is. I think it's like 15% maybe. You can also do a 4-pack bundle of GA tickets. So if there's 4 of you going, you might as well take care of the 4-pack. You get a discount for doing that. There's always the bulk ticket order. This is probably more for locals. If you wanted to get 20 folks together or more, you can just do a direct payout for tickets without having to pay the service fees online. So we've had 3 different people do that so far. There was an order of 20, somebody bought 25, somebody bought 27. It's a great way to save on the processing fees and save a little money per ticket if you want to go ahead and take the time to do that.
And of course, it is a 3-day event, and there are some who are going to be there for all 3 days, others who maybe just want to be there for the one particular day. Yep. How does that play out?
So we're hopeful that people will come and spend time here for the 3 days, A, because they'll spend money hopefully in your town, and then B, they'll spend money at the festival. We are in year 3 of our 3-year contract, so we're really looking to kind of push the needle and get this thing, profitable for both the investors from the concert series side and for the city of Clinton. So we're hoping that year 3 will kind of push that needle. But yeah, that's the goal. Just get people to your town to enjoy it, spend a little money while they're here, have a great time, and go back and go home leaving them fans of Clinton, Iowa. That's the plan.
And again, thanks so much for coming in. Before we let you go, let's talk a little bit about the lineup, the headliners, and what time's everything going to get underway on the riverfront each day? Yeah, so typically you open up at 4, 6, 8, and then 10 o'clock is usually your headliner. Whiskey Myers, on Thursday. Maybe a little bit lesser known in the mainstream world, but behind the scenes, these guys have multi-million followers, and I've been listening to them in the weight room quite a bit. They've got a lot of amazing songs. Wyatt Flores is right below him. He's a huge up-and-comer. Friday night, you got Riley Green and Ella Langley, 2 of the hottest artists in country music right now. They've done a lot of duets together that are successful. I think they're going to put on one heck of a show. And then, obviously Saturday, Jason Aldean speaks for itself. This guy is a legend in the industry. He's one of the hottest tickets around. So we feel that we've got a really stacked lineup. If you haven't heard of some of the names, that's okay. That's what some of these festivals are intended to do, is to put people in front of you that maybe you've never heard of, and then you check them out, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. One thing additional for this year, too, is Saturday has a 5th artist. We added a 5th slot with Graham Barham.
I've been listening to that guy quite a bit. He could definitely be a headliner somewhere in the next couple, 2-3 years. I'm telling you, this guy's really good. So just go on the website, check out the lineup, go to Spotify, go to Pandora, wherever you want to view these artists, and give them a listen, and you're going to be blown away by the talent that is coming to Clinton, Iowa.
The third day, the third year, Tailgate and Tallboys, it's developing into, quite a festival on our riverfront. Hats off to you and Scott. I mean, it's a lot of work that you guys do, no doubt. And so you do have committee members. That's good.
We do. And one thing I will say is I challenge people when people talk about Riverboat Days and how they miss it and they wish it was here. My challenge to people is come support this thing so that our generation's kids aren't saying, oh, man, I wish we still had Tailgate and Tallboys. So let's learn from that lesson and support what we're trying to bring to this community. And if you've never gone, just go check it out, see what it's all about, and you'll be a fan, I promise.
Well stated. We will visit with you again February 27th.
Thank you.
All right. Check of the weather now being brought to you by BillionAuto.com.
We are tracking brighter skies for your Thursday. After a couple of snow flurries early on, skies will become mostly sunny and